my dear friends, we are doing synthesis. In my previous video, we have known that how can we add two or more than two simple sentences to make one complex sentence by using adverb clause. So we have done adverb clause of time and place, and now today we'll do adverb clause of reason and condition. Now we'll see that what are those conjunctions which are used in adverb clause of reasons. Okay, so in adverb clause of reason we have because, since, as and that. So these four conjunctions are very much used in adverb clause of reason. So just see, I have written two sentences over here. We will see that how can we add these two simple sentences to make one complex sentence by using adverb clause of reason and by using these conjunctions which are used in adverb clause of reason. So before we proceed towards this thing, let me tell you one thing. You know it very well that in complex sentence we have one principal clause and more than one subordinate clauses, they are noun clause, adjective clause and adverb clause. So we have studied noun clause, adjective clause, and now we have started adverb clause. So in my previous video we have done adverb clause of time and place, and in this video we are again going to talk about adverb clause of reason and condition. Okay, so here I have written two sentences. He was not there. I spoke to his brother for this reason. Okay, so here we see that two sentences we have, and these are two normal simple sentences. Okay, so he was not there. I spoke to his brother for this reason. So the first sentence is showing result. Okay, because we know that as he was not there, this is the only reason that he spoke to his brother. So first sentence is showing reason. Okay, so what we'll do that we will take any of these conjunction and we'll put in front of this sentence. Okay, so we will take because, since, as, that, any of these conjunction I can take, and I will put it just in front of this first sentence which is showing reason. Okay, so what it becomes? Because, since, as, that. So these four conjunctions can be used in this sentence because these are synonyms. Okay, so actually they give the same meaning. So these four conjunctions are applicable for this sentence. Now when I will add these conjunction, any one of the conjunction in front of these, this sentence which is showing result, it will become a clause. Okay, now it is no more a sentence. It will become a subordinating, adverb clause of reason. Okay, so it will be like this: because, since, as, that, any of the conjunction. He was not there, then we'll put a comma. I spoke to his brother for this reason. Okay, now I have added these two sentences and now it has become a complex sentence. In this complex sentence, first sentence which is showing reason and which is started with this adverb clause of reason and which started with this conjunction, it is called subordinating clause. And I spoke to his brother for this reason. This sentence is a principal clause. Okay, so adverb, the work of adverb, it always modifies some verb, adjective or another adverb in the main clause or in the principal clause. So I spoke to his brother for this reason. So here we find that I spoke to his brother. So in the principal clause we have this word, verb spoke, and this whole part, it means if we take one conjunction, this whole part, suppose if I take only because, okay, so I am removing these 4 other conjunction, only I am writing because, okay. So because he was not there, I spoke to his brother for this reason. So we see that this subordinating adverb clause is modifying the verb in the principal clause. Okay. Now one question arises that can any sentence start with because? Yes, it can start with the because many people, many grammarians, they think that this is the right kind of sentence. It can start with because. Okay. So because he was not there, and then we are putting a comma, and now we are writing the principal clause. Now this subordinating adverb clause of reason can come in the beginning of a sentence, or it can come at the end of a sentence after principal clause. Both are applicable. Okay. So if we keep it, in front of principal clause or in the beginning of a sentence, we need to put a comma. But if we don't put it in front of the sentence, we don't need to put any comma, to show it. Okay. Now I think it has become clear to you. So because he was not there, I spoke to his brother for this reason. So this sentence is showing reason. Okay. Now instead of because, we can write since also. Since he was not there, I spoke to his brother for this reason. Or as he was not there, I spoke to his brother for this reason. Or that he was not there, I spoke to his brother for this reason. Okay. Hope it has become clear to you. Now let's see another example. Now I have written another sentence to make you understand. So 2 sentences are here. Tom was disappointed. This is the first sentence. He could not get his father's consent to go to the picnic. So what is the reason for Tom's being disappointed? This is the reason. He could not get his father's consent to go to the picnic. This is the reason that, Tom is disappointed. Okay. So we see that second sentence is showing, reason. And first sentence is showing, result. Since we are not, studying result, we are only studying about adverb clause of reason. So we will put more emphasis on the second sentence. So he could not get his father's consent to go to the picnic. Since we know that second sentence is showing reason, so what we'll do that we'll take any of these conjunction, adverb clause conjunction, and we will put it in front of the sentence which is showing reason. So if we put it in front of the sentence showing reason, it will become a subordinating adverb clause of reason. Okay. Now I have added, these 2 sentences by using adverb clause of conjunction. It has become now, because Tom couldn't get his father's consent to go to the picnic, he was disappointed. So first of all, Tom was disappointed. He could not get his father's consent. So instead of I have written Tom, because first of all, first time I am introducing Tom, so that is why I must write Tom instead of he. So what did I do? That this second sentence is showing reason. So in front of this sentence, I have written a conjunction because, and now this whole part, because Tom couldn't get his father's consent to go to the picnic, till here we have adverb clause of reason. Okay. I think it is visible, So it has become, adverb clause of reason. And he was disappointed. This is, principal clause. So we see that, in the principal clause, we have this adjective disappointed. Okay. So subordinating adverb clause is modifying this adjective in the principal clause. As we know, the work of adverb clause or adverb is to modify some verb, adjective or another adverb in the principal clause. So we have an adjective in the principal clause, and disappointed. Why disappointed? Because he couldn't get his father's consent to go to the picnic. Okay, this is the reason. And since this subordinating adverb clause has come in the beginning of a sentence, so I need to put a comma. Okay, and we can replace it by putting principal clause in front of the sentence. So if we put principal clause in front of the sentence, it would become like this that Tom was disappointed. We will not write he was disappointed, because it is the first time we are introducing the subject. So that is why Tom was disappointed, because Tom will become he, because he couldn't get his father's consent to go to the picnic. So now one more thing. So you can write since, because, as, that. These four conjunctions, can be used for this adverb clause of reason. Okay. So I hope, you could, you are able to understand this adverb clause of reason. Now let's see adverb clause of condition. Okay. Now in this sentence, first of all, we need to know that adverb clause of condition. What is adverb clause of condition? Condition means when you have some condition on which basis the whole work is, being done. Okay. So if you have some suitable condition, work is going to be according to that. If you have not such suitable condition, work is not going to happen, based on that thing. Now, adverb clause of condition takes these conjunction if, unless, in case. These are the three conjunctions which are used for adverb clause of condition. This if is very important, and then we have in case and unless. These three are very important. Then we have only if, even if. Okay. These only if and even if, these are alternative of if. Then we have providing that, provided that. All these comes into this category. But today we'll talk about this if, unless, in case. Okay. And only if and even if I have taken. Okay. Now, let's see, I've taken two sentences over here. Be nice to him. He will certainly listen to you. Okay. So we see that we have two sentences. Be nice to him. He will certainly listen to you. So, why? In which condition he is going to listen to you? If you be nice to him. So, we see that, first sentence is showing condition. Okay. So, this condition, upon this condition, this thing is based. Okay. It means that he is going to certainly listen to you. On which condition? The condition is that if you be nice to him. Okay. So this first sentence is showing condition. So what we'll do that we'll take any of these conjunction and we'll put in front of this sentence, first sentence. So it would be like this. So after connecting these two sentences, so if I put this conjunction in front of this sentence which is showing condition, it will become adverb, clause of condition. Now it is no more a sentence. Okay. It will become adverb clause of condition, and this is the principal clause. Okay. He will certainly listen to you if you be nice to him. So what did I do that if I have added if in front of it, so you will ask a question that why you have written this thing, ma'am. You can ask me the question that you is not here. Why you have written this you? I have connected this sentence like this. If you be nice to him, he will certainly listen to you. Okay. Now since we see that you is not there in the sentence, so why I have added you in this sentence? Because one thing is there, that this first sentence is imperative sentence, we know it very well, and in imperative sentence you subject is always hidden. Okay, so that is why what I did, that I need to put a subject. You know, if I don't put a subject, this whole sentence will prove meaningless. I cannot write that if be nice to him. So I am telling to whom? I need to have a subject to whom I am telling this thing, that if you be nice to him, he will certainly listen to you. So that is why before after writing this conjunction, if I have written a subject you. So if you be nice to him, and then I put a comma, because why did I put a comma? Because this adverb clause of condition has come in the front of a subject, sentence. So if you be nice to him, then comma, and then I've written principal clause. Okay, so I can change the position of this sentence like this, that by putting principal clause in the beginning of a sentence, he will certainly listen to you if you be nice to him. Okay, so in place of if, we can write in case 2. So in case you be nice to him, he will certainly listen to you. Only if you be nice to him, he will certainly listen to you. If you be nice to him, certainly he will listen to you. So, but we cannot add unless, because unless itself has a negative meaning. So if we add unless, it will become like this: unless you be nice to him, he will not certainly listen to you. So we need to add not here, then only we can add unless. So unless you be nice to him, he will not certainly listen to him. Okay, so this is the these are the rules. But one thing you must remember, that when we are adding this type of sentences, by using adverb clause of condition, so first sentence, I mean to say the first sentences, sentence which is showing condition will always be in present tense. Okay, like here we see, if you be nice to him, he will certainly listen to him. Now I'm rubbing this not, it creating confusion. So if you be nice to him, so we see that this subordinating conjunction, this subordinating clause, actually it is in present tense. Okay, and this principal clause, it is in past tense. So I'm giving you another example so that it becomes very clear to you. Okay, so I'm going to rub it, and I'm going to write one more sentence like this, so it will become clear to you. You can understand in a better way. Now I've written another example on the board. What I do, I pause the video and then I write the sentences on the board. It saves time. Otherwise, it will take a lot of time to complete those things, what I do. So I've written 2 sentences on the board. I improve the standard of my teaching. See again, I improve the standard of my teaching. More students will enroll in my institution. Okay, so when more students will enroll my institution, when I improve the standard of my teaching. So this first sentence is showing condition. On this condition, this thing will happen. Okay, if I improve the standard of my teaching, then only students will enroll in my institution. Okay, so first sentence is showing condition. So what I need to do, that I'll write one conjunction in front of this sentence which is showing condition, and it will become adverb clause of condition. So if I improve the standard of my teaching, more students will enroll in my institution. So in this sentence, it has become a complex sentence, and in this sentence I just want to show you one thing, that when the sentence which is showing condition, it remains in present tense. while the sentence which is the principal clause, here we see that future tense is here. So more students will enroll in my institution if I improve the standard of my teaching. I can say in another form also that if principal clause has this will, in the sentence, subordinate clause will always remain in present tense. But if I write it like this, if I improved, if I make it past indefinite, if I improved, suppose if I'm writing, D in front of it to make it past tense. So if I improved the standard of my teaching, more students, now we will have to remove this will, okay? Instead, it would become would, okay? Now, if I improved the standard of my teaching, more students would enroll in my institution, okay? So, if principal clause has this would, in it, subordinate clause will have past indefinite. If I improved the standard of my teaching, more students would enroll in my institution, okay? Now, because these two sentences are showing something which is happening in remote past, because you can say that these are the things of the imaginary past, because if I improve the standard of my teaching, more students would enroll in my institution. It means that these two works are, I'm just imagining. These things are not happening in real. Now, if I write it like this by using past perfect instead of past indefinite. So, if I had improved, if I write it like this, that if I had improved the standard of my teaching, more students would have. Now it will become would have. More students would have enrolled in my institution. So remember, if principal clause, this is the principal clause. If principal clause has this thing like would have, past indefinite, or conditional sentence, this adverb clause of condition, it will become past perfect. If I had improved the standard of my teaching, more students would have enrolled in my institution. So it would be like this. Let me tell you, let me make you clear. Like, if principal clause, let me come to this side. If principal clause have will, conditional sentence will be in present tense, okay? If principal, clause has would, conditional sentence would be in, past indefinite. If principal clause has would have, conditional sentence would be, past perfect. Okay. Now, I think everything has become clear to you. Now, very soon I am coming with rest of the, things, that is adverb clause of contrast and adverb clause of purpose, and two more things are there which we'll discuss in our next video. Okay, so hope you can understand it well. Please write in the comment section that whether you are able to understand it or not. If you are not able to understand it, please write it in the comment section and give 1 or 2 examples using if and unless, so that I can understand, yeah, you have understood it well. Thank you.